All right, welcome back to Getting Sober, again. My name is Jay, and today we're going to ask the big question, which is, can I stay sober for the holidays? But first, if you haven't yet, don't forget to show your support for everybody here in this sobriety community by giving this video a thumbs up. And if you care about your own sobriety journey as much as we do, we have over 600 videos on the topics of sobriety and self-improvement. So make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. All right, let's get started. Now you're going to want to stick around till the end of the video because since it's the time of year to give thanks, I'm going to give thanks and practice showing gratitude for all that I'm thankful for. And I'll also encourage you too to leave a comment at some point and express gratitude for all that you have in your life, including your current sobriety journey. Now, whether you're celebrating Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, the holidays can definitely be a joyous time of year, but it can also be a very stressful time of year. A lot of us get stressed out by the gift buying, the people pleasing, the cooking, the expectations, and the performance anxieties of trying to make this year even more special than the last. We're all dealing with shorter, colder days and darker, longer nights. And also, too, a lot of us are feeling the effects of seasonal affective disorder. And for a lot of us, the holidays can also reintroduce certain traumas that may include the fact that this might be the first holiday without a special someone. Maybe there was a death in the family, a breakup, a divorce. Maybe somebody moved away. Maybe somebody just can't get time off of work, or maybe there's just people that you feel obligated to see, which makes you nervous because if you're trying to get sober, maybe part of family traditions also include heavy drinking, like Aunt Sally's eggnog, or Uncle Hector's coquito, or maybe a Christmas ale by the fire, or a glass of port with dessert. We're all conditioned to believe that we should want to be around those family members because, after all, it's the holidays. But it's important to remember that people are going to continue to be people. Your family is still going to move forward with their traditions. And it doesn't have to be a red flag for them to enjoy their favorite beverage. But it's up to us to at least spend the car ride over to their house having at least one or maybe a couple of clever responses to avoid holiday drinking. My personal favorite is, no alcohol for me, thanks, but I'll tell you what, you can have mine. It's our job to be aware of the fact that for a lot of people, the holidays are a very special time, regardless of individual circumstances or temporary struggles or maybe misfortunes. Also too, as some of us get older, for some of us, maybe our friends and family groups may be getting bigger. But for some of us, myself included, they may also be getting smaller. The older that we get, the more people that we see get married and move away or get sick and old and maybe pass away. The holidays can be an amazing opportunity to show those friends and family members that you're serious about your sobriety. Maybe just for the simple fact that it's important to you to have better health. And you can take this opportunity to share with your friends and family what positive benefits that you've seen, such as saving money, maybe losing weight, and maybe even lowering your blood pressure. If you had to guess, what percentage of your friends and family members that you expect to see are suffering from high blood pressure? Right there is a huge opportunity for you to inspire them by setting this great example that could potentially save their lives by maybe the next holiday season. Now, wouldn't that be a great gift to give? And when the holidays are over, this very special time that for a lot of people is the only time to ever have to get together. The holidays will come and then they'll go, and then store decorations are gonna change. And then they'll finally stop playing Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You on the radio. And it can be an especially heartbreaking too for those older aunts and uncles, parents and grandparents who may not see their families again for another year. And while we sit here and think about ourselves and our own stresses and our own conveniences, I want to remind you of how much time we have left in this world. Do you know how many more tomorrows that you're guaranteed to have? Do you know how many more holiday seasons that you're guaranteed to have? Isn't the best present to give your family to be totally and 100% present? If you're my age, I'm going to be 42 this holiday season, so think about this. If your parents are still around, maybe they're in their 60s or in their 70s, this is the youngest that they'll ever be, and this is also too the youngest that you'll ever be. Presuming that they stay in good health and maybe you only see them once a year because I get it, you're busy, you gotta make money, you gotta keep a roof over your head, right? Let's say that your parents are about 70 years old. How many more years will you actually get to see them? And if you're only seeing them once a year, how many more times, not years, do you really get to see them healthy? How many more times, not years, will you get to see them on their own 2 feet? of sound mind and body. I feel very fortunate that my mom got sober almost 3 years ago too, and she seems now to somehow be aging backwards. She even came out of retirement recently and is looking for a second job just to stay busy. But I know that there's gonna be a day that she won't be able to get up the stairs to her condo anymore. She won't be able to drive out to see me for a random lunch on the weekends. And I'm happy to say that with both of us being sober, our relationship now is better than it's ever been. But back when I was in my 20s and my 30s and taking life for granted, I didn't look so much forward to going home for the holidays. So if you still have these people in your life, regardless of where you are in your own sobriety journey or regardless of their own lack of sobriety, give some real thought to how short life really is and how finite this gift truly is. It's supposed to be a time to give thanks and count our blessings, to be mindful of traditions and to celebrate and to contemplate. By the way, comment down below if this is going to be your first holiday season sober. And for those of you that have already done at least one holiday season sober, comment below and share what helped you to stay sober through this particular time of year. In a recent video, we talked about the importance of setting personal boundaries. And I know that regardless of how old your parents are or how old your family members may be, it's still just maybe kind of painful to be around them. Maybe you don't want to see them. Maybe you had to set a personal boundary and heartbreakingly cut certain family ties with members of your own family. I get it, I've been there. And that's also part of the reason why I wanted to get sober, to make amends and to improve those family bonds that at least I could be accountable for. Remember, we can't change how other people behave, but we can inspire them to make better decisions by leading by example. Imagine all the times that you showed up to family gatherings and maybe you weren't best, or maybe you didn't show up at all because you were sick and hungover. And these people in your life that hadn't gotten to see you all year long, they get to see you, but not at your best. Gandhi said, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." So think about this. What if your sobriety inspires a friend or a family member who's seen you year after year at your worst, but now working towards being your best? It's bound to inspire them whether or not they say it out loud. They may be thinking to themselves, well, maybe if they can do it, maybe I can do it too. And maybe when I'm ready, I can ask them how they did it. And also too, maybe what YouTube channel to watch. I know that a lot of us drink to numb the pain. I know that a lot of us drink to forget. I know that a lot of us drink to hide our fears, our insecurities, our disappointments, and our regrets. And on the long list of sobriety milestones, guess what's on the list? Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, the big three. And guess when the most amount of people attempt to get sober? You guessed it, New Year's Day. On one of the coldest, darkest, and most miserable times a year. When all the parties are over and when all the family's gone back to their respective homes. When your boss has new company goals, new company protocols, new expectations of you. That's when a lot of us are attempting a new year to be a new me. But what if you got a head start on being a new you? Let's face it, every year, every single one of us has a New Year's resolution list that's probably overwhelming. Lose 20 pounds, read a book a day, eat healthy, no fast food, no alcohol, no sweets, no fun. If you didn't do it last year or the year before that, what makes you think that the magical date of the first day of the first month is going to change anything this coming year if you're not willing to make the small changes now? Remember, we are practicing sobriety, and practice makes progress. There's gonna have to be a first sober Thanksgiving, so why not this one? Or will that also be charged to the long list of to-dos of future you? But I guess that isn't your problem today, is it? Maybe think about it this way instead. If your New Year's resolutions goal was to read more books, wouldn't it be easier to do if you weren't drunk at the end of every night? If it was your goal to eat less junk food, don't you think you'd be less tempted if you weren't drinking heavily all the time? If it was your goal to lose weight, wouldn't it be easier to do if you weren't consuming hundreds of empty alcohol calories per day? When we change how we think, our goals and how we can actually achieve them become more clear. All we have to do is give up this one thing to gain everything else. It sounds like a pretty good return on my investment if you ask me. You know that voice that we all hear? The one that says, just do it now. Just do the right thing now, please. I like to think of it as the beautiful butterfly inside all of us, bargaining for its own life, to break free of the cocoon of comfort, begging to become this new transformative creature that we were meant to be. You were never meant to permanently hide behind the walls that you temporarily built to protect yourself from the pain of the past. You were meant to transform, to evolve, to enlarge your capacity to experience more love and kindness, and to practice gratitude and thoughtfulness and compassion. I know the holidays can be tough because it's built in to give excessively, to eat excessively, and to drink excessively. And the Achilles heel for anyone that drinks is what? Free booze. When we stop saying things like, well, it's just what I'm used to, or it's how my family's always done it, or it's a tradition, how could I say no? You say no by saying yes to who you want to be. Dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have. And if you're practicing sobriety this year, we have to be mindful of triggers as they come. The people, the places, the things, the events, the traditions, and the substances that also too come along with them. What about also being mindful of loneliness, of traumas, of loss and grief, and all the other factors that led people to want to drink so excessively during the holidays in the first place? We have to be mindful of the unavoidable stresses that we're all going to be subjected to. From the increased holiday spending, the stress of seeing people that we probably don't want to, and the logistics of getting to and from all of our destinations safely. Why? Because when we know better, it's our job to do better. Part of the responsibility that I have at my disposal is not just to expand your mind, but also to inspire you and motivate you and to build community to help you feel less alone in the world while you're practicing on your own sobriety journey. And all I ask for return is to make sure that you give our videos a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below, because I too, maybe just like you, am also too in a very transformative period in my own life. I'm also no longer surrounded by the endless supply of drinking buddies. So this community, most days, is my family. And I don't know about you, but this family I can genuinely say that I'm happy to be a part of. So like we said at the beginning of the video, I want to end today's video by expressing gratitude for all that we have, because one of the most important parts of our sobriety journey is just getting back to the basics and showing the universe that we're truly grateful for all that we have, because I'm willing to bet that all of us have taken something, if not maybe most things, for granted, especially when we were daily binge drinking. And again, feel free to leave a comment expressing what you are grateful for in your life. All right, here we go. I'm grateful first and foremost to be alive, because there were more than enough opportunities where I probably should have lost my life. I'm grateful for all the lessons that I've learned with and without consequence. I'm grateful that everything that hasn't killed me seems to have made me stronger. I'm grateful for this channel and for this community for helping me to stay sober. So thank you. I'm grateful for the 58 people who were nice enough to support our channel by hitting the join button, and for the 21 people who support us on Patreon so that we can continue doing this very important work. I'm grateful for my dad coming to the United States in the 1970s from the Philippines to chase the American dream. And I'm grateful to be a citizen of a free country. I'm grateful for civil liberties, the freedom of speech, expression, and religion. I'm grateful for all the soldiers that fought for these freedoms, and for all the soldiers that laid their life down so that I didn't have to. I'm grateful that I've never seen war, that I've never had to witness a foreign army marching down the streets in my country. And I'm grateful for my health and my wealth and my prosperity, and for all the blessings that I have in my life, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially. I'm grateful for what little family I have left, and for those forever memories that I have with the family that's no longer with us. I'm grateful that I had both of my parents growing up. I'm grateful for my mom's survival before I was born, after she was brutally attacked and left for dead. That even after such a horrific event, and then years later losing my dad to cancer, that she still manages to keep a huge smile on her face every day. I'm thankful for the gift of prayer, for the promise of everlasting life, to give witness and testimony. I'm grateful for where I am now versus where I was 5 years ago, praying that things would change and that I'd get sober. I'm grateful that almost every major prayer that I asked for has come to pass. I'm grateful to not be in jail. How about that one? Do you regularly take that one for granted too? How about I'm grateful to have function over both of my arms and my legs and all 5 of my senses? I'm grateful to have not woken up in pain today, to own a home and to have a car, and that I'm able to pay all my utility bills even though I don't want to. I'm grateful to be able to say that I get to instead of saying that I have to. I'm grateful for the fact that against all odds and possibilities that I get to live life as a human being in this timeline with all of you. in arguably the greatest time to be alive, with all of the modern technologies, math, sciences, medicine, literature, music, movies, and entertainment. I'm grateful for every friend that I ever made and every friend that I ever lost, and for all the opportunities to continue to grow and to expand my consciousness. I'm grateful that I don't have any major home or appliance repairs. I'm grateful for the relationships that I've had, good, bad, or otherwise, and I'm grateful for Sam, who's helped me to be a better person each and every day. I'm grateful for my cats, for my garage, for my tools, and for my technologies. I'm grateful that every time I flush the toilet, it works. That I could start the car in the winter with an app on my phone. That I've never experienced hunger or poverty or traumatic, unexpected loss of a loved one. And lastly, I'm grateful for all of those who came before me and did the hard work of yesterday so that I can have a pleasant existence today. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And by the way, what are you doing for the holidays? Comment down below. I want to hear where you're going in the world, where you're from in the world, what you plan to do, or if you're just going to have a little staycation and mind your own business. And with that, I want to wish you good luck on your self-improvement journey, and I will see you in the next video. If you want to see another one of our videos, click here.